Welcome. Come, come on in, let's visit. I'm Lou Vickery, and I've been looking for you. I'm so excited you're here. Today I'm going to do something a good bit different than what I've normally have done. I'm going to tell you my story. And when you live long enough, believe me, you can have a story to tell. There you go. Mine started in a small town in South Alabama in the early 40s. So I'm going to tell my age. In fact, I'll soon celebrate my 45th anniversary of my 39th birthday. And I tell you, as I look back, I'm very thankful of all the opportunities I've had in this life. None more so than the opportunity to share with you. I'm going to have to check my notes along here, but I don't know. I said it started in a small town in Alabama. I grew up in a little town called Atmore, Alabama, which is right on the Florida line. And the reason I mention that, because that gave me an opportunity to play some baseball in Pensacola, Florida, which was not far away. And the opportunity presented itself to play in 2 Babe Ruth World Series, which at the age of 14 took me to Portland, Oregon, myself and the team. And the next year to Ann Arbor, Michigan. We won it the second year. Baseball was a big part of my early life. I think I determined real early that I wanted to be a professional baseball player. And I ended up having that opportunity. But I also played other sports in high school. I played football, basketball, and baseball. I think if I'm not correct, I still hold the school single game scoring record for basketball with 43 points. Hey, if I'd have done that today, it would have been 52 points, but that was the day before the 3-point shot. I left home at age 17, signed a contract with the St. Louis Cardinals, the baseball team, and went to a rookie league team in Virginia. Now, I'm not going to name all my stops because there was numerous of them, but that's where I started my career in a little town called Whitfield, Virginia. I was only there 2 weeks, and then they sent me all the way to Montana. Here I am, 17 years of age. But I think those traveling experiences to Portland and to Ann Arbor certainly helped, because being that far away from home, well, it was a little different for sure. But I started my baseball career, and it lasted for 9 seasons. I was a left-handed pitcher. I started, as I've mentioned, with the Cardinals, and then I was traded over to the New York Yankees about halfway through that length of time. That was in the winter of 1964 that I went to the Yankees, and they still had a lot of the great name players of that time, the Mickey Mantles, the Roger Mayers, and Whitey Ford had retired, and he was actually my pitching coach the year I went there. But the whole process of professional baseball at that time, it was a little different than it is now, because there were only 16 major league teams. Now there are 30, 32. So it was a lot different, a lot more competitive, a lot more kids playing. But I was able to make advancements up through the organization to have a cup of coffee, cups of coffee. But I ended up hurting my arm after I got traded to the Yankees. I was unable to regain the same kind of momentum I'd had in my career, and eventually had to retire. But I had made a promise when I signed my contract, I made the promise to my mother that I'd get a college education. And I had been going to college in the off season. So after 9 seasons of playing, I then became a full-time student for a year, got my degree, and then made a decision that I wanted to coach. At the unfortunate part, I love coaching, I love teaching, but the unfortunate part was I just couldn't make the kind of money that I had made while I was playing ball. So I went back to New York, got a job with Merrill Lynch as a stockbroker, ended up in Dallas, Texas, and found out that that wasn't really my cup of tea either. The reason for that was that I'm just not the kind that can spend a lot of time sitting behind a desk. So I had the opportunity to answer an ad in the Wall Street Journal, got involved in the training and development business. I found out while I was at Merrill, hey, I did a pretty good job on my feet. So I made a decision that I would be involved in the training and development business. I was in that business for 29 years, training all over the country. I've been in every major city in the US of A with 150,000 people. I've spoken in 49 states. Alaska, the only one I missed. So I've had the opportunity to be exposed to a lot of people, and I've made a lot of friends over the years. Now, I want to share something. I'm going to stop right here, and I want to share something with you because you see, I had 4 distinct careers. I had the time as a pro baseball player. I don't necessarily count the year I spent coaching and teaching, but then the years with Merrill, then the 29 years and with various organizations and some of them my own companies, speaking in the training and development field, particularly in the sales field. Then I made a decision. I wanted to be in the radio business. I wanted to have my own show. And be daggone if the opportunity did present itself. Then I had an opportunity to do a TV gig. So I spent 15 years doing that. Well, you total all those years up and you got about 60 years that I've been actively engaged in doing various professions, if you will. But one of the things I enjoyed doing during that whole period of time was I enjoyed writing. I've written 25 books now. My first book came out 45 years ago, and it's been a progression of about a book every 2 years, even though in recent years, it's been at least 2 books a year. Now, one of the things I wanted to share with you that just kind of captures where I've been and what I've done is that you probably haven't met too many people that have survived a plane crash, an earthquake, 2 tornadoes, numerous hurricanes, an automobile accident, or a vehicle accident in this case, because there was an automobile and a tractor involved. 4 young guys on the back of a cotton field wagon pulled by a tractor, and it was hit in the rear by a car with another car coming in the opposite direction, and it spilled all 4 of us out in the middle of a highway. And miraculously, no one was killed. I did bounce up off the pavement and hit the side of the car. If I would have been 1 second sooner, I would have probably been killed. But the driver did a miraculous job of missing us. So there was a vehicular accident. Then there was a situation where I was sitting in my living room, got a little dizzy, and the unfortunate part was that there was a gas leak. And fortunately, my neighbor came over just to say hello, and he smelled the gas, got me out, got me to the hospital. And then the biggie was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, the doctors told me I wouldn't survive, told my family I would not survive COVID. And here I am. I spent 22 days in the hospital, but I survived. And that was a part of the real impetus behind my doing this and having the opportunity to share what has gone on in my life. I'm going to look here real quickly and just see if there's something else I wanted to share with you. But as you can see, I've had a broad and extensive. Opportunity to meet a lot of people, to share ideas, to write books, but basically what I've been most appreciative for is life itself. Life is for living. It's for enjoying it and making the most of what we have at our disposal, the resources, the talents, the abilities. And that's the thing I have enjoyed sharing with you. So that's a little bit about my background, where I've been, what I've done. Oh, by the way, I do like to play tennis 3 or 4 times a week to stay active for sure. Well, that does me for this time. I hope you appreciate the fact I shared that with you. I can't wait till we get together again. And until we do, I'm Lou Vickery. The website for our books is a wiseword.life/library. Until I see you again, you keep a smile on your face, happiness in your heart, optimism on your tongue, and I'll see you soon.